The moment is finally here. After a successful regular and district season, the Lady Georgetown Eagles travel to Liberty Hill High School this evening for a neutral site playoff game against the Marble Falls Mustangs. A pleasant good evening to you. I'm Karl Schoening on SHN Sports. Happy to bring you this broadcast of Georgetown girls basketball. It's the by-district round, and tip-off is just about underway here at Liberty Hill High School. The Georgetown Lady Eagles fans on their feet. The jump will take place at midcourt. It is won by the Eagles, McCall Hampton, and the Eagles will have the first possession of the ball game. Harris takes it into the front court. At the free throw line, working into the paint is Knight. Kicks it out. Left wing open for a shot was O'Brien. She passed it up to get it inside, and the shot is no good by Hampton, but she gets her own miss and pulls it back out to the wing. Hampton with a right-hand dribble. Gives it up to Harris, who takes it between the circles. O'Brien left wing, tried to whip a pass inside to Knight. It went through her hands out of bounds, but it was last touched by the Lady Mustangs, and it'll be a baseline inbounds for the Georgetown Lady Eagles. Harrison initiates the inbounds. Knights works it around the corner. The free throw line, it's Hampton. And whipping a pass in low and getting it intercepted is Ellsworth. Here come the Mustangs the other way, and first pass is wide, but eventually works its way out to Jordan. Lob over to the right side, Ulbricht. It's Kendall Ulbricht who pulls it back out to right midcourt. Tries to get a dangerous pass inside. That's stolen away by O'Brien. O'Brien gets it ahead to Harris. Harris down the right sideline. To the right corner, driving inside, and a shot off the mark for O'Brien, and the rebound comes down to the Lady Mustangs. Kelsey Jordan gets it out to Kendall Ulbricht. Ulbricht picks it back to Jordan on the right wing. 6:43 here in the first quarter. We are just getting rolling. No score here in the first quarter of play. Over on the left corner, a long two attempted and no good by Lexi Poling. And coming the other way with it are the Lady Eagles. Harris into the front court. Right wing Ellsworth. Down low, Knight couldn't handle the pass. It was knocked away from her and stolen away by Trinity Boyd. Boyd takes it across midcourt herself and traveled with it as she tried to get a pass off. Good defense there by Jalen Knight, forces the turnover. 6 minutes straight up to play here in the first quarter. We're scoreless between Georgetown and Marble Falls. Into the game now for the Lady Eagles is Kylie Sander. Sander gets a pass to O'Brien. O'Brien had chased it down to the left sideline. Sander at the left wing into Knight in the paint, and she scores the opening bucket. And the Georgetown fans can take a seat as they were all on the feet for the first bucket of the game. And then on the inbounds, the pass was deflected off of an Eagle and last touched by Riley Ulbricht, and it goes out of bounds. It'll be Eagles ball on the sideline. Eagles with the ball. Harris up top, looking at the defense of the Mustangs. Into Knight. She works aggressively to the basket. Her shot too strong off the glass. Offensive rebound, good, and a foul on the follow for McCall Hampton. Hampton going to the line for one more, and she puts the Eagles ahead by 4. DeJay Torrance checks in for the Mustangs, as Emma Holcomb goes to the bench, and completing the three-point play is McCall Hampton. Three-quarter courts pressure brought on by the Lady Eagles. Mustangs able to break it, get it down low to Lemon, and Lemon misses a layup. Airballs, almost gets her own rebound. That would have been a travel. Instead, it was rebounded by Torn. She kicks it out to the right wing. A three on the way by Ulbricht, rims out and goes out of bounds. Team rebound for the Eagles as they will have a 5-0 lead in the basketball here with 5:09 to play in the first period. Sander has the ball on the right wing. Gets it to the corner, Ellsworth into the paint. A shot no good, but a foul, and going to the free throw line will be Ellsworth. Kylie Ellsworth will not get the active shooting there. They whistle the shot on the foul attempt on the floor, so it'll be a baseline inbounds, and Eagles get it in. O'Brien has the top of the key. Picks up her dribble, finds Knight in the paint. She uses one dribble and scores. Jalen Knight puts the Eagles up 7-0. And the other way, Kelsey Jordan scores the first 2 points for Marble Falls. Free throw line, Knight inside the arc. She works down the left lane line, draws a double team, kicks it out to the right wing. Open for three is Harris, and Harris has to go off the side of the rim. Offensive rebound by Hampton, and Hampton brings it out to the corner. Backs down into the paint, kicks it out. Left wing, driving inside is Ellsworth. She puts up a 14-footer. It's left short, and rebounded by Kendall Olbricht. Slowing things down in the backcourt are the Mustangs. Olbricht into the front court. And she tried to whip a pass over to the left side, and as it got to its target, Riley Olbricht, she was fouled by Kylie Ellsworth, and that'll be the first team foul on the Lady Eagles. Checking out is McCall Hampton. And into the game for the Eagles is Jade Smith. And a jump ball called here as there was a tie-up between Olbricht and Knight, who came up to the wing to pressure the ball. 3:57 left here in the first period. Lady Eagles by 5. The inbound will come from Holcomb. Olbricht gets away from the pressure and then gets it to Lemon in the corner, who's trapped, and then her pass is intercepted by Harris. Harris pushes the break the other way. She's slowed down in the backcourt, and now she takes it across the timeline. Left wing O'Brien lobs it down to Knight. Knight draws a triple team and then is fouled as she tried. Nope, they call a travel instead as Knight hit the floor. There was a lot of contact forcing her to the floor, but either way, it's a turnover for the Eagles with 3:40 left to play in the first quarter. Full court pressure brought on by the Lady Eagles. Into the front court, Kendall Olbricht. And she stepped on the sideline out of bounds. Turnover on the Lady Mustangs. Ellsworth will inbound here for Gracie Harris, who will get instructions from the sideline before she takes it into the front court. Harris between the jump circles. Picks up her dribble and gets it to the right side, Ellsworth. To the corner, Harris. She's open for three, lets it fly. Yes! Gracie Harris puts the Lady Eagles up 10-2. Taking it the other way across the timeline is Riley Olbricht. She works it to the right block. A floater from there, off the mark. Rebound on the floor. Grabbed by Kylie Ellsworth, and she's going to take it the other way. Bounce pass to O'Brien. Left-handed layup is good off the glass and in. And a timeout by the Lady Mustangs. 2:54 left to play in the first quarter. And the Lady Eagles have a 10-point lead. 12-2 your score. Marble Falls trails Georgetown, and with this timeout, about a minute in this timeout, the Lady Eagles have an opportunity here to talk over what's been effective as the fans get into it with a raw chant that was led by a gentleman down at the front of the stands. Here at Marble Falls, it's a elevated court. No fans are actually on court level as the stands start about 7 feet up and then go back, leaving a lot of room on the sidelines for players to accelerate and decelerate. The cheerleaders are set up on the baselines, but give the players plenty of room if they needed to get out of the way. The cheerleaders would have plenty of time to move. And as we get things rolling up again here, the teams break their huddles. Lady Eagles return with O'Brien, Harris, Smith, Ellsworth, and Knight. Full court pressure brought on by the Lady Eagles here. Olbricht gets it in to her brother, Riley Olbricht. So Kendall Olbricht is 3 and Riley Olbricht is 12. Kendall Olbricht into the front court. The left corner, a pass deflected out of bounds from Emma Holcomb. It was last touched by the Lady Eagles, and a baseline inbound here for the Lady Mustangs. Pass into the post. Trinity Boyd lays it in. Right of the key, a three on the way by Ellsworth, off the mark, and the rebound grabbed by Lemon. Riley Ulbricht, the point guard, into the front court for the Lady Mustangs. Lobs it to the left corner, Boyd. Boyd drives middle, takes it into the paint. A floater, no good, but a foul, and she'll go to the line to shoot 2 free throws. Boyd at the line here, trying to help Marble Falls score with the clock stopped. 2:15 to play in the first quarter. That personal foul went against O'Brien, and the first of 2 free throws good by Boyd. O'Brien checks out, and into the game is Allie Isbell. Boyd with her second free throw. Hits that one, made both, and cuts the Georgetown lead in half. Beg your pardon, she did not get both, and it's 12-5. A foul on the floor here as there was an attack at the bucket. The fans didn't like that there wasn't continuation for Knight, who was able to get the shot in after the foul, but a baseline inbounds here for Harris. And I think a player is hurt for, the Marble Falls Lady Mustangs. Deja Torn has to limp to the sideline. She subbed in out of the game. And then a three from the corner on the way and good for Harris. They rule that a long 2. And it's 14-5. Georgetown with the lead. And then a little friendly fire there as one of the Marble Falls Mustangs cheerleaders tried to get a pass off to one of the players for, it was Kendall Ulbricht, who was baseline inbounding and got hit in the head. They transition the other way. A pass a little too long, goes out of bounds, and a turnover on Marble Falls. Harris casually brings it into the front court for Georgetown. Right wing Isbell. Uses a screen and takes it to mid-post. Kicks out to Knight. Cross court to the left wing. A three by Isbell on the way and off the mark. Rebound on the floor and comes out to Harris. Ellsworth gets it into Knight. Knight lays it up and good. They did end up giving the three-pointer 3, so it's now 17-6 as they correct the score. I had it right the whole way. I thought that the score was right, and then while I was updating our scoreboard, Marble Falls laid in a basket. So the correct score now, 17-8, a minute to play in the first quarter. Harris leaves it for Ellsworth. Back to Harris in the corner. And now down low, backing down. A foul called as the move to the basket was made by Jade Smith. And Smith at the free throw line assumes that she's going to get the free throws, and she will. The officials have been a little bit inconsistent on what was the active shooting on the fouls, but in this case, Smith will get 2 shots. And Smith misses the first of 2. Mackenzie Mouton comes into the game. She gets a chant from the fans as she tags out Jalen Knight. Smith misses the second free throw, and the rebound comes down to Holcomb for the Mustangs. Raleigh Ulbricht lobs it to the left wing. It was Casey Jordan getting it back to Ulbricht. Now Jordan open for 3 in the corner. Lets it fly, misses. Rebound on the floor and goes out of bounds. Last touched by Kendall Ulbricht. Georgetown basketball. Harris, who's played the whole first quarter, takes it into the front court. Left-hand dribble on the left wing, pulls it back as she looks for her teammates. A lob down low to Smith. She had it knocked away from her, and Smith stepped on the baseline as she tried to get it back to Harris. Turnover on the Eagles. 14 seconds left here for the Lady Mustangs. Riley Ulbricht pressured into the front court, lobs it to Jordan. Jordan on the sideline, almost stepped out of bounds, is able to free it up and get it to Holcomb. Holcomb takes it inside, misses the layup. The rebound goes out of bounds, and it was last touched by Georgetown. 2.2 seconds left. It'll be an inbound here for Riley Ulbricht. And a foul before the inbound called on Smith, and Jade Smith whistled for the personal. Smith picks up her first personal. That is the third team foul. Quick inbounds to the corner. A three by Ulbricht is good. And that'll do it for the first quarter. That three makes it 17-11. Georgetown with a 6-point lead at the end of one. It's been a very exciting game here. The fans really into it. The arena finally filling out as it was a line out the door before the game. And I was concerned for the people on the way in, as it looked like they weren't going to be able to get in time. And either way, they eventually all made it in. And I think there's still a couple people filing in, as this is a neutral site that is a solid 45 minutes away for both teams, depending on traffic, especially, you know, in the afternoon, how things are in the growing greater Austin area. The Marble Falls Lady Mustangs are 9-18, 3-6 in District 17 5A play, coming in here trying to pull off an upset against the 22-9 Georgetown Lady Eagles, who went 12-0 in District 18 5A play. Marble Falls is coached by John Berkman, while the Lady Eagles obviously coached by Rhonda Fairney. Coming out of the huddle first are the Marble Falls Lady Mustangs: Riley Ulbricht, Casey Jordan, Kendall Ulbricht, Trinity Boyd, as well as Casey Jordan out there for the Marble Falls Mustangs. Eagles out with Allie Isbell, Gracie Harris, Samari O'Brien, Jalen Knight, and McCall Hampton. Here on the left wing, it's O'Brien. Finds Harris in the left corner. Three, yes! Starting off the second quarter with a bang, Harris hits a three, and Georgetown extends their lead to 9. Georgetown bringing that full court pressure. Lob ahead, it's Jordan in the corner. She lets a three fly. Hits the back of the rim, and it's rebounded by Knight. Harris pushes the break across the timeline. Isbell on the right wing. Back to Harris. Top of the key, Knight works down the left lane line. Picks up a dribble at the block. Right wing, a three on the way by Isbell. Yes! 23-11. Georgetown leads the Marble Falls Lady Mustangs, and then a foul in the backcourt as Knight was a little too aggressive on the defense to Riley Ulbricht. And that will be actually a foul on Jade Smith, and Smith picks up her first personal foul. 7:04 to play in the second quarter. Jordan is able to dribble out of the corner and then whistle stop play. Official didn't necessarily signal what it was. Didn't look like it was a foul. Officials discussing things over and hearing it from the crowd, as the crowd wants the game to continue. It'll end up being a baseline inbound here for the Marble Falls Lady Mustangs. A lob inside, and a layup is good for Emma Holcomb. Lady Eagles lead cut to 10. Harris works a right-hand dribble to the right wing. She's double-teamed and has to dribble away from it, back to the left side, hands it off to O'Brien on the left wing. Top of the key, Knight. Down low, it's a right-hand layup by McCall Hampton. She laid it in, and the Eagles extend their lead back to 12. A lob ahead and a pass deflected away from Boyd, stolen away by Isbell. Harris gets it into the front court. Left wing O'Brien surveying the defense, works the dribble between the jump circles. And then a pass deflected outside. O'Brien was able to chase it down to the sideline. A lob to Knight. Knight open and puts a shot up from the free throw line. It was blocked and comes up to Boyd. Boyd slowed things down in the front court. Hands it off to Kendall Ulbricht. 6 minutes to play in the second period. The left wing, Riley Ulbricht lobs it to Kendall. To the right elbow, Holcomb. Now Ulbricht tries a right wing three and can't get it to go. Rebound by Isbell. Here comes Harris. Harris gets it to O'Brien on the left wing. Back to Harris in the left corner. Harris with the right hand dribble. Cross-court pass is too strong for Isbell. Goes through her hands out of bounds. Turnover on the Lady Eagles. Slowly bring it across midcourt is Riley Ulbricht. Gets it to Kendall Ulbricht on the right side. And then a cross-court pass is deflected by Isbell out of bounds. Last touched by Isbell, and possession retained by the Lady Mustangs. Harris gets her first break of the evening, and Kylie Sander comes into the game. Right wing, Kendall Ulbricht picks up her dribble as she took it to the top of the key. And then a pass deflected and stolen away by Sander. Sander lays it up too strong off the backboard and the rim, and it's rebounded by Kendall Ulbricht. Jordan uses the dribble at the free throw line, has it stolen away again here by Sander. Sander pushes the break, gets it to Hampton. Hampton lays it up, no good. The follow by Knight, no good. She gets another offensive rebound and is fouled on the way to the bucket this time, and she'll get 2 free throws as it was good hustle there by Jalen Knight. Knight's first free throw off the back rim and misses. Substitution, Ellsworth comes in for O'Brien, and Kendall Ulbricht leaves the game for Ellie Harrington. Knight hits the second free throw and puts the Lady Eagles up 26-13. Early on, the Georgetown Lady Eagles doubling up the Marble Falls Lady Mustangs. A lob ahead to Boyd. Boyd works into the paint, right-hand layup off the glass and in. On the left wing, Isbell. Sanders left to the key. Knight works it over to the right corner. Driving inside is Ellsworth, and then Knight had it deflected out of her hand, stolen away by Boyd. Lob to Boyd in the left wing. She takes it inside and is called for a travel, as there was good defense there by Hampton, who went straight up with her hands and forced Boyd to adjust her lane to the basket. 4:08 to play in the second quarter. Ellsworth on the right wing. Wants to direct traffic, uses a screen by Knight, finds Hampton in the paint. Hampton falls down, has the ball, and it'll be a tie-up, a jump ball. Possession arrow will point in favor of Georgetown. The official had it wrong and pointed in favor of Marble Falls, because Georgetown had possession to start the second quarter. So second jump ball of the evening after the possession from the change of the start of the quarter goes to the Mustangs. And here's a steal. Taking it to the corner is Knight. Knight finds Ellsworth, who gets Sander underneath the bucket for a layup. Down the left sideline, Harrington. Free throw on Boyd. Left wing, a 3 by Harrington is an air ball that goes out of bounds, and a team rebound for the Eagles. Some quick substitutions into the game for the Eagles, as Kendall Ulbricht comes back into play. Here's Sander bringing into the front court. Left wing Ellsworth. Ellsworth has to dribble through traffic, lost the handle, and it's stolen away by Holcomb. Kendall Olbricht into the front court. Between the circles, it's Riley Olbricht. Back to Kendall Olbricht. She lobs it to Riley Olbricht, and Riley Olbricht bowls over the defender. It was Allie Isbell, and Isbell hit the floor, but she gets called for the personal foul, and that'll be her first personal foul. Fourth team foul, 3 minutes to play here in the second quarter, a 13-point lead for the Lady Eagles. Kendall Olbricht gets it to Riley Olbricht at the top of the key. Left corner, pump faking is Lemon, and then kicks it back out to Olbricht. She takes one dribble, and the jump shot is off the mark, rebounded by Hampton. On the left wing, it's Allie Isbell. She had her pass deflected and stolen away by Boyd. Boyd into the front court. Kendall Isbell finds Lemon in the left wing. Lemon open for three, instead gets into Boyd. Boyd loses the handle, picks it back up, shot good and a foul. Knight picks up the personal. And a free throw here for the and one coming up for Boyd. Back into the game is Jade Smith and Haley Smith coming into the game for the first time this evening. The and one free throw off the mark. Whistle stop play, though, as I think they might call a lane violation on Georgetown. They do, and another opportunity here for Jade Smith. Smith's free throw is left short, and the long rebound chased down by Lemon to the sideline. Kendall Olbricht on the right sideline, picked up her dribble, trying to look for help, gets it to Lemon in the right corner. A lob to Smith, almost had it stolen away. And now Kendall Olbricht, a right wing three. It goes off the rim, over the backboard, out of bounds. Lady Eagles basketball, minute 58 to play in the second quarter. Mackenzie Moutan comes in to the game as she tags out McCall Hampton. On the right wing, Ellsworth, and a moving screen called on Jade Smith will be a turnover on the Lady Eagles. Officials want to discuss something before we resume play. Minute 48 to play in the second period. And it's an 11-point lead for Georgetown. Officials still holding up the game just for a few moments before we can get play resumed. And now the Lady Mustangs will start their possession. On the right side, Kendall Olbricht works the dribble, lobs it over to the left side, Riley Olbricht, who works inside, has her shot blocked by Smith. It's recovered by Isbell. Isbell pushes the break the other way. Right hand layup off the backboard, too strong. Fighting for the rebound is Jade Smith, and a jump ball. She was tied up with Boyd. Eagles possession. Beg your pardon, that's Sander who missed the layup. Sander in the game. Isbell is on the bench. Sander on the baseline. Gets to the left wing. A three on the way by Ellsworth, wide right, and the rebound on the floor grabbed by Holcomb. In transition the other way, Riley Olbricht puts a lob at the lane, and shot is off the mark. Rebounded by Ellsworth. Ellsworth up tempo down the left sideline. Sander rotates it to Jade Smith. Into the paint, a shot by Moutan is off the mark, and the rebound grabbed by Riley Olbricht. Olbricht into the front court, gets it to Kendall Olbricht on the right wing. Bounce pass to Lemon in the corner. She's being harassed in the corner by Ellsworth, and a lob out to Kendall Olbricht. A lob to Riley Olbricht on the left side. Kendall Olbricht on the right wing. tries a cross-court pass. It was deflected but picked up by Riley Ulbricht, and a foul is called as Ulbricht tried to make a move to the basket. Foul goes against Kylie Ellsworth, and that is the 7th team foul, so a 1-and-1 situation in effect here as Ulbricht will go to the line. Isbell back into the game as Ellsworth goes to the bench. 40 seconds left in the first half, and the first of the 1-and-1 is hit there by Riley Ulbricht. And the second free throw airballed, so it'll be Georgetown basketball. Kylie Sander between the jump circles. Right wing. Now left of the key, it's Smith. Haley Smith loses the handle, and it's stolen away by Boyd. Kendall Ulbricht into the front court. 20 seconds to play here in the second period. Riley Ulbricht whips pass inside, stolen away by the Eagles. Coming up with it was Haley Smith. Lady Eagles will have 10 seconds here. Sander pulls back to the right wing. Tries to get a pass down to Mutan. It's stolen away. Here's Kendall Ulbricht. Lobs it ahead to Boyd, and Boyd's not going to have enough time. She lays it up. It doesn't go in, as that was a lot closer than I thought it was going to be, but unable to get the rushed layup was Trinity Boyd, and that'll do it. So after 2 complete, your score, the Georgetown Lady Eagles lead the Marble Falls Lady Mustangs 28-18. We'll be back with more Georgetown Eagles Lady Basketball on SHN Sports when the third quarter resumes. It's the start of the second half, the third quarter, about 20 seconds from resuming. I'm Karl Schoening on SHN Sports. At the half, it is 28-18. The Lady Eagles lead the Marble Falls Lady Mustangs. Lady Mustangs' first one's on the court with at least 4 of their players. The 5th one will be out in a moment, I'm sure. It's Riley Albright, Kendall Albright out there with Emma Holcomb, Casey Jordan, and Trinity Boyd for the Lady Mustangs. Samari O'Brien, Gracie Harris, Kylie Ellsworth, as well as McCall Hampton, the 5 out there for the Lady Eagles. In the corner, driving baseline for the Mustangs as they start off the third quarter with the first possession. Casey Jordan is fouled, and it'll be a sideline inbounds for the Lady Mustangs as Ellsworth picks up the personal foul, and she immediately heads to the bench as checking into the game for her is Allie Isbell. The inbound comes from Holcomb into Ulbricht, and Riley Ulbricht is tied up on a drive to the basket. Possession arrow points in favor of the Lady Eagles, and 15 seconds into the third quarter, the Eagles force a turnover. Taking into the front court is Harris. Harris directs traffic as she operates the dribble to the right wing, guarded tightly by Riley Albright. Into the corner, it's Isbell, back to Harris on the right wing. O'Brien left to the key. O'Brien works left-hand dribble to the left wing. In the corner, Isbell, she had a notion on a 3, instead gives it back up to O'Brien on the left wing. Left corner, Isbell playing catch with O'Brien on the left wing. Cross court, Harris, a right wing 3. Off the mark. Offensive rebound by Knight. Knight tried to dribble it out, lost the handle, picks it back up. In the left corner, Isbell. She lets a 3 fly, and it goes off the inside of the rim. Long rebound to Knight. Knight takes it inside. Right-hand shot, left short, but a foul, and 2 free throws coming up for Knight. So Jalen Knight will shoot 2 free throws, trying to extend this Lady Eagles lead. A minute and 1 second into the third quarter. 6:59 left to play in the third. A substitution as Lemon comes in for Emma Holcomb on the Lady Mustang side. The free throw is good for Jalen Knight. And she'll have one more. Knight misses the second one, and it's rebounded by Boyd, knocked out of Boyd's hands. Last touched by Hampton. Eagles bringing their normal full court pressure. It's Kendall Ulbricht in the front court. Ulbricht hands it off to Riley Ulbricht. Ulbricht lobs it cross court, and a 3 on the way by Jordan. Hits the rim, and off the backboard, it's rebounded by Hampton. O'Brien lobs it down low to Knight, who lays it in. Jalen Knight puts Georgetown up 31-18. Riley Ulbricht down the right sideline, and a blocking foul called on Gracie Harris. Gio Lemon will inbound on the sideline, gives it to Riley Ulbricht. Ulbricht, guarded by Harris, crosses over to the right wing. Left wing, a pass intercepted by O'Brien, and here comes the Lady Eagles the other way with Harris taking into the front court. Isbell on the right wing. Free throw line. Knight down the left lane line. Left-hand layup is good. Jalen Knight having a great game, putting the Eagles up further, 33-18. 5:47 left in the third quarter. Casey Jordan lets a 3 fly. It's an air ball. Offensive rebound by Lemon, and her follow is good. First 2 points of the third quarter for the Lady Mustangs. The free throw line, it is a jump shot by Hampton. She misses it but gets her own offensive rebound. On the right wing, O'Brien. Free throw line, Knight. Knight pump fakes Boyd off her feet, lays up a shot, no good, but a foul as Boyd had to recover. She commits the personal, and 2 free throws coming up for Jalen Knight. .5:14 left in the third, and Knight will shoot 2 free throws, the first of which is off the mark. Substitutions into the game as Ellie Harrington and Emma Holcomb come into the game for Jordan and Lemon on the Mustang side. Second free throw good for Knight as she splits the pair and puts Georgetown up by 14. Riley Olbrich lobs it to Kendall Olbrich. He has a pass stolen away by O'Brien. O'Brien has clear sailing for a layup, and it's good off the glass. The Eagles force a long pass and then a timeout by John Berkman and the Marble Falls Lady Mustangs. 5:02 left to play in the third period. It's a 30-second timeout. The Lady Eagles lead by 16 off of that last bucket by Samari O'Brien. She got the steal and was able to speed the other way for a layup. First buzzer sounds to break the huddles. And the second buzzer will help us get play resumed here. It'll be Lady Mustangs basketball. Riley Olbrich will be guarded by Harris in the backcourt. She lobs it ahead to the corner. A long 2 on the way. No good by Harrington, and then it's rebounded by the Eagles. Harris takes it across the timeline to the right wing. Lady Mustangs do a good job getting back in defense. O'Brien in the right corner. Kicks it out to Knight. Knight takes one dribble, 14-foot jump shot off the mark, and the rebound grabbed by Holcomb. Into the front court, Riley Olbrich crosses over to the free throw line, kicks it out. Kendall Olbrich, a 3, doesn't go, and the rebound comes to Harris. Harris across the timeline. Loses it off of her foot into the backcourt, and this should be a backcourt violation. It is, as Harris picks it back up, and a turnover on the Eagles. 4:20 left to play in the third period. A 16-point lead for Georgetown. Into the corner, a 3 on the way, and good for Kendall Olbrich. (36-23) your score. A 13-point lead for Georgetown. They have the basketball. Isbell on the right wing. O'Brien on the left wing. Lobs it down low to Smith, and Smith is fouled on her way to the bucket. And Jade Smith will shoot 2 free throws for Georgetown. Trinity Boyd picks up her second personal foul. It's the third team foul on Marble Falls. Free throw on the way and off the mark here by Jade Smith. Mouton comes into the game as Hampton will head to the bench. Smith misses the second free throw, and then a loose ball foul called against O'Brien. And it'll still be Mustangs basketball now, as O'Brien fouled the rebounder there. Olbrich gets it ahead to the corner. A 3 ball is well short by Harrington, and the rebound grabbed by O'Brien. Here's Harrison in the front court. Top of the key, Smith. Left wing, Isbell. Mouton, top of the key. Right wing, it's Harris. The free throw line, Smith. Now Isbell has her pass deflected and stolen away by Trinity Boyd. Boyd to the bucket. Too strong on the layup, but free throws coming up for Trinity Boyd. So Boyd at the line with an opportunity to score with the clock stopped at 3:20 left to play in the third period. Fourth team foul on the Lady Eagles as Isbell picked up her first personal. Boyd misses the first of two. Boyd will have one more. That second free throw is good. And the Georgetown lead is cut to 12. Harris with a right-hand dribble on the right sideline, gets to Isbell on the right wing. Around a screen by Smith, picked up on a switch by Boyd. She's trapped in the corner. Isbell tried to get it to Knight, and Knight had it knocked out of her hands. Last touched by Emma Holcomb. 3:06 to play in the third. O'Brien will inbound on the baseline. And just making it to the scorer's table in time is McCall Hampton, and checking out of the game is Jade Smith. They lob into Hampton, and Hampton lays it off the glass and in. Instant offense there as McCall Hampton checked in, got the pass, and laid it in. 38-24, 2:55 to play in the third period. Riley Ulbricht gets it to the left wing, Kendall Ulbricht, and her pass intended down low for Holcomb is deflected out of bounds by Knight. Baseline inbounds here for Marble Falls. A lob out to the top of the key. It's Harrington. Ulbricht down low to Boyd. Boyd up and under move, puts a shot off the glass, good, and a foul. The foul goes against Knight. And that is the fifth team foul for Georgetown, the second personal on Knight. And a chance to complete the three-point play. Boyd leaves the free throw short. Rebound grabbed by Mutan. Harrison to the front court. Left wing Isbell uses the screen by Mutan to the left corner. And Harris will get it on the left wing. Isbell bounce pass to the short baseline. Knight down low. A shot good and a foul for Hampton. Hampton going to the line to add one more if she can make the free throw. Puts Georgetown ahead 40-26, 2:19 to play in the third. Hampton hits the free throw and completes the three-point play. 41-26. Kendall Ulbricht in the backcourt. Takes it across the timeline. Gets it ahead to Harrington. She tries a three, and it hits back rim. Rebounded by O'Brien. Gracie Harris takes it across the timeline. Left wing Isbell. Harris left to the key. Knight tries to whip it underneath to Hampton. Hampton just has to go off her fingertips out of bounds. Turnover on the Eagles. Riley Ulbricht lobs it ahead to Kendall Ulbricht. Kendall Ulbricht picks up her dribble. She's being pressured by Harris. Back to Riley Ulbricht. Bounce pass to the left baseline. Emma Holcomb takes it inside, misses the shot, and is rebounded by Harris. Harris into the front court. Works the dribble left to the key. Left wing Isbell. Back to Harris. Gets it down low to Knight. Knight lays it up too strong off the glass, and the rebound taken down by Harrington. Riley Ulbricht works the left-hand dribble to the left wing, down the left sideline, shot left short off the front of the rim, and rebounded by Harris. Harris wants to push the break the other way, crosses over into the paint, kicks it to Knight on the sideline. Right wing, O'Brien a three, off the mark. Offensive rebound by Knight. Her follow doesn't go. Harris with the board, kicks it out, and a free throw line jump shot off the mark by Hampton, and the rebound comes down to Ulbricht. Under a minute to play in the third quarter. Ahead to Kendall Ulbricht, cross court to Harrington. Trying to find a cutter. Instead, the pass is deflected out to Riley Ulbricht. She tries a straightaway three off the mark. Offensive rebound good for Holcomb on the follow. Right wing O'Brien here for Georgetown the other way. 33 seconds to play in the third quarter. Free throw line, Hampton tried to lob it down to Knight, but it was stolen away by Trinity Boyd. Boyd into the front court. Right wing Kendall Albright. Top of the key, Riley Albright. Lobs it to Kendall Albright, right corner three off the side of the rim and rebounded by Hampton. Here's Harris with 12 seconds left in the third quarter. Pulls things up on the right sideline, leaves it for Isbell. Isbell almost has her pass stolen away, but it's chased down to the sideline by Knight. Cross court to Isbell. She lets a right wing three fly, and it's no good at the end of the third quarter. So, after three complete here at the campus of Liberty Hill High School, it's 41-28. The Georgetown Lady Eagles lead the Marble Falls Lady Mustangs. More by-district round playoff basketball action will continue in a moment here on SHN Sports. Start of the fourth quarter, 8 minutes left in this first round playoff game between the Marble Falls Lady Mustangs and the Georgetown Lady Eagles. It's been all Lady Eagles to this point in the game, 41-28 your score. Opening possession of the fourth quarter belongs to the Lady Mustangs. It's Riley Albright lobbing it down low to Boyd, but it's stolen away by Knight. Harris into the front court for the Lady Eagles with their first possession of the fourth quarter. Harris straight away. Over to the right wing, a pass wide of Ellsworth goes out of bounds, and it's a turnover on Georgetown. Kylie Sander will check in, and Harris will get a breather. Harris gets a hand from the fans, too, here. 20 seconds into the fourth quarter. Second possession of the fourth here for the Lady Mustangs. Left wing Riley Albright. Lobs it way over the head and out of bounds, intended for Casey Jordan. Turnover on the Lady Mustangs. Georgetown basketball. Isbell inbounds it to Sander. Sander between the circles. Works a left-hand dribble on the left wing. Almost had it stolen away. She picks up the dribble and is able to find Isbell on the left sideline, who helped her out. And then a bumping foul called on Casey Jordan, who was aggressively defending there a little bit too much on Kaylee Sander. Inbound from Isbell to Sander between the circles. Left wing Ellsworth. Bounce pass down low to Hampton. Power dribble, shot too strong off the glass, and the rebound on the floor grabbed by Jordan. Riley Albright into the front court. Leaves it for Jordan. To the free throw line, pass deflected by Hampton and stolen away by Isbell, and then a travel is called on Isbell, or Sander rather, and that will be a turnover as Georgetown just forced the turnover on the steal. That was a quick whistle on the travel called. 7 minutes to play here in the fourth quarter. Riley Albright works the dribble around the top of the key to the right wing Jordan. Her pass deflected and stolen away by Hampton. Sander will take it across midcourt. Right-hand dribble to the right wing, directs traffic, picks it up on the right wing. Knight in the right corner. Back to Sander. Sander surveying the defense, works the dribble now. Bounce pass to the corner, Isbell. Isbell works a jab step, finds Knight on the baseline, right wing, Sander. Left wing, Ellsworth. To the middle of the paint, a jump shot around the rim and in for Knight. (43-28), 6:12 to play in the fourth. And Jordan has the ball on the right side. A timeout called by the Mustangs. It's a full timeout. 6:09 to play in the fourth period. It's all Georgetown at the moment. 43-28 your score here in the fourth period. Georgetown Lady Eagles basketball will continue in a moment on SHN Sports. Back to action here at Liberty Hill High School. The Marble Falls Mustangs trailing the Georgetown Lady Eagles 43-28. 6:09 to play in the fourth quarter. It's Mustangs basketball out of timeout. Emma Holcomb will inbound it. Gets it to Casey Jordan between the jump circles. Working a right-hand dribble, letting a play develop. Over to the right side, Kendall Olbrich. Boyd on the right block. Puts a shot off the glass. Too strong. Rebounded by Knight. Harris into the front court. Gracie Harris being guarded by Casey Jordan. Pulls the dribble back. To the right corner, Isbell. Back to Harris. She had a notion on a cross-court pass. Gets it to Ellsworth on the left wing now. Knight works on the left block. Picks up her dribble as she was pressured by Boyd. Straight away, Ellsworth. Knight on the left elbow. Right wing, Harris. Tries the three. And it's off the mark and rebounded by Kendall Olbrich. Riley Olbrich in the front court. Works the dribble to the top of the key, lobs it to Kendall Olbrich. A left wing three off the mark, and the rebound chased to the corner. Last touch by Hampton, but the officials say that the defender, the Mustang closing in on the ball, which was Emma Holcomb, got a hand on it too. So he's a little closer than I am. Go ahead and give credit to the official and say that it is Georgetown basketball. 5:10 to play in the fourth quarter. Harris, left hand dribble is deflected out of her hand, and a reach-in foul called on Riley Olbrich. Substitution into the game for Georgetown. Checking in is Jade Smith, and Knight will go to the line as Jalen Knight gets a round of applause from the fans. 5:04 to play in the fourth quarter. Inbound from Ellsworth. Harris has it left sideline. Harris protecting her dribble against Riley Olbrich. Popping out to the right side, Isbell. Isbell picks up her dribble and tries to find some help. Tried to get it off to Hampton, but went wide of Hampton and goes out of bounds. 4:51 left in the game, and the Mustangs with the possession here. They trail 43-28. Right wing, Kendall Olbrich. To the corner. It's Holsworth down low to Boyd. Boyd's fouled on a shot attempt, and she'll go to the line to shoot 2 free throws. Picking up the personal foul is Allie Isbell. Boyd at the line. 2 free throws, the first of which is well short. And checking into the game for the Eagles, Haley Smith. And heading to the bench for her is Allie Isbell. Jade Smith's second free throw is high arcing and off the inside of the rim. Long rebound chased down by Casey Jordan. And whistle stop play as Jordan was out of bounds, but I believe they'll say it was last touched by the Eagles. It was, and an inbound here for Emma Holcomb. Holcomb in the corner will try and look for a pass. Gives it up to Riley Olbrich on the right wing. Lobs it over to Kendall Olbrich on the left wing. Back over to Riley Olbrich. She tries the three, and it's left short. Rebounded by Jade Smith. Harris down the right sideline. Gets it ahead to Hampton. Hampton is fouled on a shot attempt. She'll shoot 2 free throws. Personal foul goes against Boyd for Marble Falls. That is team foul number 6. Make that number 7. And 2 free throws here for McCall Hampton. Hampton misses the first of 2. Hampton splits the pair, makes the second free throw. And it's 44-28. Riley Albright in the front court. Lobs it to Casey Jordan on the right side. Cross-court pass down to the left block. It's Jordan, and then a left wing. A 3 is good by Kendall Albright. (44-31), Georgetown with a 13-point lead, 3:50 to play in the 4th period. Left wing Ellsworth. Ellsworth works a left-hand dribble to the left corner. Left wing, it's Harris. Inside the arc, a long 2 on the way is good by Ellsworth. Ellsworth extends the Lady Eagles lead, 46-31. A crossover here from Holcomb. To the left corner, it's Riley Albright. She works into the lane. A shot no good, but a foul, and 2 free throws on the way here for Riley Albright. Albright's first free throw is good. She'll get 1 more. Substitution here as Knight comes in for Hampton. McCall Hampton gets a cheer from the fans. Second free throw around the rim, no good, and then a foul on Boyd as she was being boxed out by Smith, and this will be a 1-and-1 situation, so Jade Smith with a good box out draws the foul and will go ahead and try and hit some free throws here to extend the Georgetown lead. That's the 4th personal foul on Trinity Boyd as well. First free throw misses there by Jade Smith, and the rebound comes to Kendall Albright. Riley Albright in the front court. Gets it to the corner, Jordan. Jordan tries to work middle, picks up her dribble and passes out to Riley Albright. Cross court to Kendall Albright. Right of the key, Jordan steps into the lane, lobs it to the left wing. It's Kendall Albright, and she works the dribble to between the jump circles. 3 minutes to play here in the 4th. Jordan lobs it down low to Boyd, and Boyd has the ball stolen away from her by Haley Smith. Taking it down the right sideline is Harris. To the corner, Ellsworth finds Knight right elbow. Harris right of the key, right corner wide open for 3, Ellsworth, and it's off the mark. Long rebound grab by Ellsworth. In the paint, bounce pass to Knight. Knight lays it off the glass and in. (48-32), 2:20 left to play into the 4th quarter. Steal by Knight. Knight wants to push the break the other way into the paint. She's double teamed, picks up her dribble, tries to pass it off, and then an offensive 3 seconds called as Knight was in the lane too long, trying to get a pass off. Couldn't quite maintain handle of the basketball. And it's a turnover on the Lady Eagles. Boyd on the left wing. Right wing, Albright. Down low, working the dribble is Holcomb, and Holcomb is fouled by Jade Smith. It'll be a 1-and-1 situation here for Emma Holcomb. Mackenzie Mutan checks into the game, as probably getting her final break of the night is Jalen Knight, and Knight with 1:56 left in the fourth. That could be it for her. She's had a great game to help the Lady Eagles with this lead, which just got cut into by 1 point by Emma Holcomb as she hits the front end of the 1-and-1. Second free throw also good by Holcomb. And it's 48-34, Georgetown with the lead. Harris works right-hand dribble across the timeline, protecting her dribble on the right wing against Albright. Left wing, Mutan lobs to Ellsworth on the right wing. Mutan left wing here. Left corner, Harris. Back to Mutan, pump fakes a pass and gets it to Harris in the left corner. Mutan operates the dribble. Straight away, it's Ellsworth. Down low to Smith. Smith uses the right-hand shot, and Jade Smith misses the shot. A lot of time burned there on that possession, though. 1:11 left to play in the fourth. Here on the right side, it's Casey Jordan. Jordan picks up her dribble and then is fouled. She'll go to the free throw line, and the last opportunity for 1-and-1 before the double bonus, it's Haley Smith who picks up the personal. That's the 9th team fouls I just alluded to by Georgetown. And Casey Jordan will go to the line here to shoot the front end of the 1-and-1. Free throw was good. She'll get one more. The second free throw also good. And a substitution, or a timeout, a 30-second timeout called here by the Marble Falls Lady Mustangs. The Mustangs who come into the by-district round out of 17-5A, having a discussion here as they trail 48-36 with under 2 minutes to play. Halfway through this 30-second timeout, they already break their huddle. Riley and Kendall Albright out there with Casey Jordan, Trinity Boyd, and Emma Holcomb. Georgetown still in their huddle. They finally break out of it. And it looks like Knight and Hampton will be back on the court out there with Ellsworth, Harris, and Haley Smith. The inbound from Harris on the baseline. Full court pressure brought on here by the Lady Mustangs, and then an intentional foul here as Haley Smith will go to the line to shoot a 1-and-1. She's fouled by Kendall Albright. 1 minute to play here in the fourth. That must have been what this timeout is about. Bring some full court pressure, and then when they get it across midcourt, foul them. And Haley Smith here will have an opportunity to extend the Eagles' lead. She misses the front end of the 1-and-1. The rebound fought for and grabbed by Casey Jordan. Kendall Albright in the front court. Lobs it to Riley Albright in the left corner. Albright drives inside, Euro step to the block. A shot too strong off the back of the rim. 45 seconds left here. Full court pressure coming from the Lady Mustangs, and they commit a personal foul here. And it'll be a double bonus effect for Gracie Harris. And Gracie Harris will go to the line to shoot two with 42.5 seconds left here in the fourth period. It's 48-36. Georgetown with the lead, looking to extend it. When they do, as Harris hits the first of two. The second free throw on the way and good by Harris, and Georgetown breaks the half-century mark. 50-36, 40 seconds left to play. Riley Albright hands it off to Harrington. Harrington tries to get it back to Albright, and she chases the wide pass to the free throw line, to the sideline, and then Kendall Albright turns it over on a pass from her sister, and she immediately fouls O'Brien, who came up with the steal. Two free throws coming up for Samari O'Brien with 28.2 seconds left. This game, the only thing that isn't decided is the final score. The Georgetown Lady Eagles are going to move on to the second round of playoffs. First free throw is good for O'Brien. One more free throw here for O'Brien. She hits both, and it's 52-36. Georgetown with the lead. Knight checks out. Gets a good cheer from the fans as Alicia King comes into the game for the first time this evening. Riley Albright bowls over King, and a blocking foul will be called on Alicia King. And 2 free throws coming up for Riley Albright. Double bonus situation, 2 free throws here, and Albright, a first-team All-District 17-5A point guard at the line here. Hits the first of 2. And Riley Albright's second free throw on the way. Left short, rebounded by King. In the backcourt, it's Harris getting it ahead to Haley Smith, and a pass deflected in the backcourt. It's Harris lobbing it ahead to Haley Smith, and they get into the front court. 6 seconds left. Doesn't look like the Mustangs are going to foul. And with 1 second left, that'll do it. No foul coming, and the Georgetown Lady Eagles win the ball game. Your final score from the campus of Liberty Hill High School: Georgetown 52, Marble Falls 37. I'm Karl Schoening. This has been an SHN Sports production. Happy you guys tuned in as the Georgetown Lady Eagles pick up the victory. You can catch the Georgetown Lady Eagles next game right here on SHN Sports. For Rob Hipp and the rest of SHN Sports, I'm Karl Schoening. Good night.